Arnold Schwarzenegger is the embodiment of the American dream. Giving us some of the most memorable and iconic characters in popular culture, he is and forever will be the standard to 80s and 90s action blockbusters. I grew up watching his films, and there's something exciting, inspiring, and nostalgic in watching him flex those muscles and delivering cheesy one-liners in his heavy yet endearing Austrian accent. Today, I rewatched Commando, and goddamn, does this film perfectly capture the insanity of 80s over-the-top action ballads. I mean, he plays a character named John Matrix. It doesn't get cooler than that. Commando is arguably the purest action film ever made. The simplicity of the plot, with its race against the clock scenario, keeps the action going and allows it to naturally build throughout the narrative. It's the standard to what a blockbuster popcorn flick is meant to be, yet it still feels larger than life with its big guns, huge explosions, and absurd moments. The opening sets the tone with Arnie casually carrying a tree over his shoulder, and we see the behemoth of a man try his best to seem like a normal guy, a family man, as he spends time with his daughter, and instead we get some truly wondrous shots of Arnie feeding a deer. Like the man himself, everything about him just feels over the top, just like the big bad guy of the film, Bennett, a ridiculously miscast Freddie Mercury mustachioed psychopath who has a beer belly and wears a chainmail tank top. Watching him go toe-to-toe with Arnie is disorienting, but also captivating. But not as captivating as all the great one-liners in this film. These are some of my favorites. Commando is an essential film in not just Arnold Schwarzenegger's career, but for all of cinema as a whole. For all its cheesiness, bad acting, and excessive violence, Commando at the end of the day is a celebration of the 80s blockbuster. A decade that reveled in the big, bold, and extravagant. Fuck, we see Arnold grab a circular saw blade and throw it at a soldier's head. The amount of violence is supposed to be absurd, and I believe this adds to the magic. We fondly look back at the 80s, and I think Commando will forever be Arnie's quintessential 80s action role. It reflects that decade with its synthesized steel drums and sexy saxophone. The movie wastes no time reminding you again and again and again that John Matrix is a one-man killing machine. This is Arnie at some of his best, and this is essential viewing.